Okay, let's actually test this audio really quick. Make sure we're good before we get going. Make sure we're good before we get going. Okay, awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome back to the stream here. So we got a good one here. The new patch is live. We have the MK2 hero we got the full kits. We're going to go over that. We have actually a lot of stuff to talk about in this episode. And to fill you guys in, this is the first time I've ever done one of these. I want to do an actual show style format when it comes to this, so make this actually watchable when you're watching a VOD or whether it be live. So this is going to be the format going forward when it comes to me live streaming. So let me know down if you like this, what your thoughts on it in the comments below. And also, welcome to all the people that have come through. Awesome. I appreciate you guys all showing up. So here, let's actually get into it here, because we got MK2. He or she is live, gender neutral apparently, but this character actually looks really good. And there's a lot of stuff I think we can break down about this kid and see if this is actually a must pull character, if this is a character that potentially we get a pass on. It really depends. So awesome, Max. Yeah, get on it. Hell yeah. So it's fun. I enjoy doing it. You know, it's definitely a learning curve to get onto it. But let's get into the character here. I don't want to get too distracted. I want to make sure that we stay on topic on this video. And where I want to start with this character is going to be in his base stats, because I was looking at this with the captain a little earlier, and he looks insane. Just on paper, just base stats alone for what this character is, already we got a really good character. So the base defense here, 267 on a damage character, is already pretty high for like on the way higher end of base defense, and 100 or 1100 attack, almost 1200 attack is fantastic for a damage dealer. That usually you're in the 1000 range. Some of them go way higher, but their defense is very lacking. So already base stat wise, you're getting a lot of stuff out of this character. Then we have a crit chance party buff. That's one of the better ones, not the best out there, but still very good. A lot of teams actually use this. This is kind of, you mainly want to base your team around, you're going to have your defense one, you're going to have the 50% melee attack or 50% ranged, and then also a specific element type damage one, and then crit is also going to fall into that as well. So this is very good. And well, I'll talk about questions here later when it comes to, I see one question about recommended team comp for Camille. I believe that deserves its own topic. We'll definitely cover all that later. But right now, I think the pressing news is going to be MK2. This is a brand new character, just came live. If you guys are not familiar, Korean servers 2 weeks ahead of most servers. So NA server in this particular case is what I'm familiar with. They're 2 weeks ahead. I'm on my free-to-play account. That's why we actually have the patch here and not on NA. And this is really cool because we get a first look into what this character will be, and get an idea 2 weeks in advance if we should pull for this character or not. And looking at the kit, very interesting. So then we have the rifle slash accessory is going to be the main use of the weapon for this character. And then let's actually read the normal attack. She uses, so canonically, apparently it's a she. So I keep getting, all the comments have been mixed. So it's definitely a she. Uses 2 types of attack modes. Cannon mode launches a grenade to inflict damage to nearby enemies. And then rifle mode rapid fires bullets at high speeds to inflict damage. And that's, so it's kind of interesting. We got 2 modes there. Then this is where it gets really good. I really like characters like this that have the chain skill going from airborne to injured, even though it's pretty rare. So getting more characters like this is a welcome addition. We have inflicts 280% of DPS damage, so that's a pretty good modifier. And to nearby targets with a powerful explosion, and reduces dark type resistance by 30%. So this has been a new theme going on with characters nowadays, where we got Eleanor, we've had Bari in the past, and then now this character where we're getting this extra 30%. So a lot of characters are reducing, like, so for example, Beth and Gabriel in their respective elements are reducing by 20% already. And this is not something where it's going to stack and you're going to get 20% plus 30. You're getting 30 in its place. but it does make a pretty big difference in that moment of damage, and people are starting to take advantage of those moments with Eleanor and with Bari to really be able to maximize a ton of damage there because of this extra little dark type resistance reduction in that moment when you do the chain skill. So having this effect on characters, I wouldn't sleep on it. It's not as good as it looks potentially if you go 20% reduction of Beth plus this, but it's still very good. And then lastly, we have a special ability here where on hit increases defense by 40%, which, back to how good the base defense of this character is, a 40% increase is actually really good, because normally characters like this would only have them like the low 200s, maybe even, you know, high 100s. So a 40% reduction, which is a very high modifier on an already good defense, is an amazing passive there for survivability, and increases movement speed by 10 seconds. So already very good character from the looks of it. Yo, what's good, Captain? How you doing? And then exclusive weapon, so she puts people into airborne, 320% DPS, so that's very good. And then request chopper support to inflict damage around the target and puts enemies in an airborne state. So this is just an AoE like Marina, which is a very powerful weapon skill. So this is already looking out to be a very good arena character, because we have defense on the passive, we have a good weapon skill, and looks like we're going to have a good attack animation as well. We'll look into that here in a moment. And then the stats on this, looks like this is going to be a very good weapon to pull for him already with the weapon skill, but increases damage of autonomous weapon system by 50% with 50% chance, and then movement speed increases by 10% when using close air support. So if you're going to be pulling for this character, you absolutely need the weapon, in my opinion. It's just too good not to use. I think this character is mainly going to be arena, and then probably in other things too. But let's actually look at the animations from the best we can from the summoning to try to get a better idea. So the reason why attack animation is so good, yo, what's good, Ken? How you doing? So it determines if the character is actually good. You can't look at a character on paper in this game without looking at the attack animations, because they're so unique, and it really makes a big difference. So it looks like we have kind of a slower one, that first, the grenade launcher one, but a decent range unit, and kind of this, like, what it looks like to me is it looks like a very kind of like a bruiser. It's like a range bruiser, where you're a little tankier than normal. Your range is not as high as normal range style characters, so maybe not is going to be a good character for Coliseum, but I can totally see this character being used in arena, totally seeing this character as a good DPS unit for raiding. So we got a pretty good character here. I can see you fitting this character in teams for Camazone and Orbital Lift. But there's a couple interesting things that me and Captain were talking about earlier in preparation for this topic, which is dark teams. And normally dark teams now, actually here I can pull it up on best raid teams, and this is gonna be a topic for a little bit later. But if you look at the raid teams now, it's mainly melee based. It's dark / melee based. We have Lilith, Beth, and then Arabelle with Lupina. And then you could also put in CPR Yuze in there, or Lifeguard Yuze as well. So it's a melee focused team. You have two characters that are giving the 50% melee buff, whereas now with this character, potentially the dark team could focus more on a range style damage source, whether it be Arabelle, the new character in MK2, and then also Lupina. But that would be like a double crit chance. It looks like if you're going to do that, though, you're probably going to have to pull maybe either a Tinia, maybe like a Nari, some other generic range style character from another team to make that work, which is interesting, and that's totally normal in the grand scheme of things. But when it comes to other teams, like water teams pull other elements, this is not unheard of to do. It's just the Earth team, for example, is already a very good team, so making a team like full on air or like ranged instead of the typical already good dark team might not be worth it for people, and you're kind of forcing something to happen. It's going to ruin a potentially other really good team, and just to make the dark team ranged, which might not even on paper look like it's going to be that much better than the already established dark team that if you're in the market for this character anyway, you're going to want to pull, you're already going to have. So that's why I think when it comes to this character, for the most part, I think this is a great character for people that have dark characters already, and it's going to fit in there for the most part with other dark characters. But it depends on if you're looking for if you're looking for an arena style character, this is going to do well against arena. She's already an amazing character in arena. She's pretty much taking over the arena charts as it is. So I think this is going to be a pretty good, if not must pull style character. I don't know if this is going to be on the same vein as a Camille on a character. I have no idea, guy or girl, whatever. I believe it's a her. But I think for the most part, when it comes to this character, I think if we had a tier list for how good of a character is going to be, Camille is one of the top one would be like Future Princess. Camille's right up there, and then we got MK2 on probably a tier just below of a Camille, to give you guys an idea of just how good I think this character is going to be, and that raises up if you already have a lot of dark support as it is, because he's going to fit it. He does the 30% dark reduction, so he's kind of pigeonholing himself to a dark team as it is. So I think it's a really good character. What do you guys think? I'm curious if you have any comments on MK2. What are you guys' predictions on what this character is going to be? This guy or girl is going to be. I think it's interesting. The entire topic is mainly about whether it's a guy or a girl. I feel like with Guardian Tales, it's, you know, if you're on the fence, it's probably a girl. But you know, let me see. Does it say age ? Robot, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, Lamau. Yeah, it literally says right here, if we want to end the discussion, it literally right here it says it. But you know, whatever you guys want to be headcanon is totally headcanon. So then the next topic, as you can see at the top, what I wanted to talk about this is power creep becoming an issue, because we've had a lot of very good characters come through. Camille's one, Arena is one, Scintilla not so much, and then Eleanor. And Eleanor, Arena, Camille, all amazing characters, all pretty much knocking out other characters that have been in like a light team. For example, I think Eleanor is absolutely amazing in a light team. Arena is just a very good standalone unit. Camille is taking Rue's place in Earth teams, and he's just overall a very generic good unit as is. And we potentially have been seeing some power creep here. And all these games have power creep. I'm not trying to argue. The difference is what people get discouraged by is too much power creep, too fast of it, where it's you literally like whatever characters you had before, they're absolutely useless if you don't get the newest ones. And that's you know, an issue with potentially all these games. But I think at the moment, if we look to other characters, depending on progression, a lot of the characters we've gotten a ton of value out of, and they're still very good characters. So I think power creep is happening in this game, but it's not blatant like here's an ability and then here's this new ability that's just objectively better. I think we're getting a lot more diversity in this game, and we're getting characters that are slightly better than other characters that are not already being used. But a lot of the characters that have been used in general in this game are still being used. A Future Princess is still the best value. If you're just starting an account, $10 guarantees you a Future Princess. So there's still characters like Ogma is an absolutely incredible, almost must-have character if you want to progress in harder parts of content. Maya's up there. A lot of, depending on what element you go, you should be able to pretty much beat all content, whether you go Earth, Light, Fire even. So I feel like power creep is getting on the conversation, but it's not fully there yet, because there's still a lot of old characters that have had multiple attempts to get that are still good, if not some of the best characters in the entire game. So I don't think we're there yet. But at the same time, from a specific type of content perspective, we are getting power creep where it's like Arena is just a very good arena specific character. She is also good in Coliseum and other game modes as well, but still it's like when it comes to arena specifically, an amazing character. But I think power creep is not at the point where it's actually a problem yet. And I think Slay's Vampire has a great solution for power creep. I think there's two things built into the game to combat it that I think they really need to start considering as soon as possible. The hero reset, fantastic call out. I think the hero reset needs to be something that they do a little bit more often. They're very stingy with it for good reason. I think it's something that, you know, obviously has to be pretty rare, but at the same time, I think it's a little too rare. And the next thing is in the training room. They can be adding that second slot in the training room. I think those two things would go a long way in making sure power creep, which is always going to be a factor in these games, can stay in check to where it's not unreasonable and people get discouraged and don't want to keep playing the game anymore. Yeah. And I think Akuma has a good point where power creep in this game is becoming very slowly, but still not making units completely unviable. There's another content creator I follow a lot. His name's Mobile Gamer. He calls it, there's power creep and then there's power leap. And power leap is the thing that we absolutely don't want to deal with. And I haven't seen a moment of that. You could argue that power leap happened with Future Princess all the way back then. But if I would feel like power leap is actually happening if Future Princess was like the new standard and we just kept getting more and more characters like that. But we've been able to get one amazing character that completely has been able to carry people's accounts for a very long time. And so it's almost like even though that was out of the ordinary for how good that character was, we haven't gotten any more like that. So we've been able to have a really good investment in just one character. I agree. I'm thinking like you get 3 a year, 3 to 4 a year kind of thing. I think that would actually be totally reasonable. Or they just actually make the second room in the training room and then keep it at the same, like it's one or the other, you know. So or both, you know. Like I think we're getting to that point where the second room in the training room is something that needs to be happening here pretty quickly. But I think that's pretty much it when it comes to this new character here. So we got issues of power creep and then the new patch when it comes to the character. I think this is going to be a good character. I'm excited for it. I'm wondering if from arena perspective, I think she's going to be good. From a rating perspective, I wonder if she's actually going to take over the current dark team or if there's going to be 2 dark teams. Just kind of in conclusion here, when a ranged version of it and a melee version of it, because currently at the moment you got Lilith being splashed in like fire teams because she's just so good from a melee perspective that maybe that will happen, and then you'll have a ranged dark team for certain bosses. Yeah, I completely agree. Hero said it's like the best thing for free-to-play players. And then let's actually, before we close this out, I think that's a good point. Let's actually look at all the people that are submittable in 2 weeks from now on the NA server. So we have MK2, then we have Arabelle, Lilith, Beth, and that's it. So I think these are going to be the main characters that you're going to want to pull. One thing that I think is interesting though is they don't have Lupina on here. And Lupina is probably the one that works best from a chain perspective in the dark team with this new character, even though most of the time you don't really want to have 2 crit damage characters on the same team or crit rate characters on the same team. But if you look at it, let's actually go to dark. We have this guy. He goes airborne to injured, and then let's actually pull up Lupina and injured to airborne. So both of them, well, she's melee, so it's kind of rough where it's like, yes, you're getting the advantage of being able to go from injured to airborne, but you're getting crit chance, which more characters with crit chance, I think you're missing out on potential more damage with a different party skill, and she's melee for the most part, so it doesn't really work too well. I would say and then when it comes to Lilith or Beth, I think for the most part Lilith is better. I think Lilith does more damage. Yes, she's not as tanky, and Beth still has her place. It's not like a complete replacement, but if I had to choose between the two, I'm definitely choosing Lilith. I think Lilith is actually amazing. Oh, that's interesting. You know, Grimoire instead of Lupina, then you'd get the skill damage proc. You know, so I think that's there's a lot to work with there, but definitely going to be a lot of people actually that have the character that can play it. I think a ton of playtesting would be required to actually really go further when it comes to this. But I think interesting, we got a new character here that actually looks pretty good. So next thing on the docket here, I got some things ready to go. So I think a little bit of pack drama, and maybe I'm a little salty about this, but I want to talk about, this is my next topic here. So we got, first thing, I don't want to sound too salty. Let me go to the main thing, but I'm curious what you guys think about this, because if we look at the attendance here, let's actually see, maybe it's only on the Korean server. So We have this here, attendance. Yeah, it's only on the Korean server so far. It's the holiday attendance event, the 14-day event that's absolutely amazing. This is free. All you got to do is log in and you get these amazing rewards, some of the best rewards you could possibly get in the game here. You get a free 10 pole, you're getting hero crystals, you're getting 5 legendary awakening stones, and an epic limit breaking hammer. Amazing stuff here. But then they also did these packs, and there's a $100 pack here, which I think is questionable value. There's these $5 stamina packs, which is amazing value. Then this $10 one that I think is actually pretty great, 100 stamina, stuff like that. And then they have these 9,000 gem ones for 30 bucks, which I think is questionable. These holiday ones, which are complete whale food, in my opinion. But when you compare these packs to the current packs that happened, and then this is like a day or two after the main patch just went live on the NA server. So these packs just came through. And as a person that was going for the most recent character, it feels kind of like a slap in the face that they have probably historically some of the worst summoning packs they've ever had in the game, in the shop. Then a few days after the hype of the character comes through, then they come out with way better packs midway through, and that's something that they almost never do. And what's good, Sama? How you doing? And it's happened in the past, but it's very rare that they do that. And I think this is something that we should definitely bring up and be wary of, because this is a practice. Guarding Tales is a game that doesn't have much drama on it. It's still a gacha game, still it has, potential shady practices of a mobile game, but I think people are conditioned from all these other mobile games that Guarding Tales is significantly better. But at the same time, they've set the bar of how low they're willing to go, and Guarding Tales has just always exceeded that bar of not being typically a toxic mobile game. But I feel like this is probably one of the first times that I've seen where it's like blatantly potentially a scummy move, where it's new character comes out that everyone's hyped about. They have historically some of the worst deals in the shop they've ever had. People pull for that character in the first couple days, and then boom, they come out with significantly better deals 2 to 3 days later. And I think that's potentially, I think that is worthy to be addressed. I also think timing wise, if we want to play devil's advocate here, I think it was, you could argue that it was unintentional because of just how this holiday fits. But at the same time, it's been almost unprecedented for them to mid-cycle release a pack. Usually all packs happen right at patch day. So it's kind of, I'm a little torn on it. I definitely want to throw this up to you guys and let you guys kind of decide on if you think this is bad and if this is something that we need to be wary of, or if this is an understandable, even if unfortunate, circumstance based on the timing of when this holiday happens. So I'm kind of, me personally, I got affected by it because I wanted to pull the character, as a content creator, I'm wanting to get these characters. So it's like, I'm not asking for any sympathy there. I just wish that they would have given the option of everyone that's going for this character that they know people would be excited for, the option to have these packs instead of having some of the worst packs ever. And then boom, you get hit with these packs. So it's kind of frustrating because, I would totally have gotten this and I would still have stuff to spare. I'm curious. Let me look at this. We got men by their packs. I don't know which packs they want for global. And you know if it's a good deal. What are the so why then that leads me to the other thing is when it comes to these packs and what is a good deal in a mobile game. You can argue none of this is a good deal. Just play free to play. But when it comes to the game, there's concepts in these games called anchoring. And a lot of this, for example, every single deal in this is like full anchor garbage prices, and everyone just can universally agree that these are terrible prices. And they intentionally do this to anchor to where you go, okay, if I want to buy 9,000 gems, it's $70. That's what they evaluated. It's anchored at this price. So then they have deals, and then every game has their own way of marketing it, but you always buy the deals, but the deals are the typical prices that no one, unless you're an absolute absurd whale, would ever buy these. To give you an idea. And there's a whole rabbit hole we can go down on here, but assuming, taking into all the factors of what a mobile game is when it comes to purchasing stuff, there's been better deals in the past versus the deals that we had now, and then based on dollar per 10 pull, you can argue it what I consider a good deal. But in this case scenario, I'm specifically talking about the amount of money it costs to be able to pull for a hero. That was the only factor I cared about when it came to these packs here. And these were some of the worst packs ever when it came to that. It was essentially $15 a 10 pull for all the packs here. Whereas on the previous patch, it was, you could spend like $15 and get 2 pulls, 2 10 pulls. So it was almost like double the pricing. Then you get here, you get $100. Essentially, it's $10 per 10 pull plus another 1,000 gems every single day. Yes, it sounds absurd for a microtransaction, but if you look at this versus the packs I was buying to pull Camille, this is an infinitely better pack, even though I consider this a bad pack, to give you an idea of just how bad these other packs were. Because if you pull this, imagine 2 10 pulls. This is $30 for 2 10 pulls. That's absurd and something I would never normally do. So that's kind of how I look at these packs here. And then, yes, and then you got Cuss in here talking about some of the best deals in any game, new player, the jumping packages. So you look at that pack where it's, $10 gets you a guaranteed EX, a guaranteed hero, and you compare that to a chance to gamble on maybe pulling a hero. Of course, that $10 is like a good deal in, the grand scheme of things, even though it's, still a mobile game, you're still paying to play this game. So, hell yeah. Also, thanks for reminding me, Bliss. If you guys can hit the like button on this, that would really help out. That even on streams, that helps out a ton. It helps spread this out. But yeah, and also subscribe to the channel if you guys are looking for more Grinding Tales content. Be sure to subscribe. For more, so you don't miss the stream and so you don't miss any more videos. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to talk about when it comes to the pack drama. Now let's talk about the next topic here, which is Forbidden Forest. We got what are the best raid teams currently in Guardian Tales? And on the NA server, this just went live finally. So Forbidden Forest is finally live, and let's talk about some of the teams here, or let's first talk about the bosses, and we'll talk about some of the most used teams when it comes to this. And thanks, man, I appreciate it. Then, and I think Fake It, I think free to play, that's always the way to go. Free to play is where it's at. But I totally don't judge anyone that actually spends money in these games. I think it's do what you want with your money. But I think for the most part in these games, when you fully resign to free to play, I think that the game becomes significantly more enjoyable. But here, let's actually do a little check in here and then go back here for this. And we got a very good infographic. I wish I knew who to credit this for, but I found this on my Discord, like the legendary server Discord, and someone posted this, and I think this is very helpful. This is a pretty good infographic that's going to break down some of the teams. Also has some funny team name comps that are going to be useful here, but I think this is a really good way to visualize this so you can get an idea, because raiding is not about finding the best teams. It's about finding a way to spread out and get the best teams for 3 teams worth. And depending on where you're at in the game, maybe it's better to just focus on one team, but that's a whole nother strategy and a whole nother topic here. But what I like about this is someone that's trying to actually use all 3 teams. I like to be able to visualize this and see, okay, do I put Tinia on the light team? Do I use Tinia in my earth team, for example? And sometimes when it comes to these raids, earth teams are not viable. So you can actually get away with moving Tinia off. Or sometimes a dark team's not viable, so you would take Lilith and put that on a fire team. There's a lot of situations where you take characters of another element and put them on another full team there, and you actually gain a benefit there. So in this case scenario, so in last one, I was putting Tinia on my my light team the whole time, and it didn't bother me because I wasn't really using an earth team. But this time I'm totally going to be using an earth team because it's one of the best teams that does some of the most damage, and Tinia is a big part of that team. So instead of Tinia on the light team, I'm going to be using Nari. But that's just kind of an example here. So let's actually look at this. First character is going to be Invader. He's a basic basic boss. So then he's weak to injury, so that's why. And he's also he's basic, so he's weak to dark. And it just all kind of works out to where a dark team is going to be the best here, because you have Lilith, who puts people in injured status, and they're dark, and then dark teams just already do really good damage, and you get a 30% extra damage boost. Of course, a dark team's going to be there, and this is currently the best version of that dark team. So when I was first starting to play this game and first getting into raiding, you might not have all these characters ready to go. And Lilith and Beth are the two best ones, and then the other two are still solid. So don't feel bad if you don't have this team. Just build up to it. Like use Karina, use a 4 or 5-star version of these other characters, and then eventually you'll fill out this team. But the priorities are going to be the characters that you use everywhere in Lilith and Beth, for example. And then let's look at Marina. Marina is definitely going to be Earth all over the place. And this is exciting because we just got the new character in Camille. And what I think is really cool about this is, first of all, she's weak to everything. So you can actually chain with, you can either do Mayriel, you can use Camille, or you can even use Bari or Tinia, and all of them are going to work out very well for you as the main leader. And I've never seen that before, where all 4 characters in the team all can be used as the main character and do very well. I'm talking like 15 to 17 million damage with the Earth team. So Earth team is all just, from a raw damage perspective, one of the best possible teams you can use for raiding. And I thought this was actually funny, this bottom team here where you still have Rue, they called it no gotcha luck. So hopefully people in the chat are not, not many of you got bodied like this, but if I wasn't Wayland, I would be in this boat here. And looking at the damage here, you still get very good damage with the old team of no Camille, but you still get significantly better damage with Camille. So just keep that in mind. He's the better character when it comes to raiding. And at the moment, before the Rue patch, Rue buffs, I don't know yet, she's getting buffed, he's currently a better arena character. But I think this is going to be the major team here. I know it's all all unique heroes, so if you're just starting out on the rating, I would definitely focus on Mayriel and Bari are probably going to be the two main ones you're going to want to when it comes to the damage perspective, probably the core of the team, and then the other ones are mainly bonuses, but they're very big bonuses that are really going to make your damage ramp up. So you really want to have all of them. And then we got the water teams are going to be used on this guy. Goblin Chief is a very easy boss, and water teams have historically been used against him. He just always happens to be fire for some reason. I don't know why that is. Like, Invader's usually basic. Maybe they're on a rotation where only each one of them is a couple different elements, but I've seen this a lot. Garam teams are going to be the way to go here. And I feel like Garam teams are probably the most accessible rating team you can possibly have, because you could go Coco and Elvira, 2 rare characters, and still make a very good team here. And then, but this is currently the main water team now. And if you look at it, you have 2 different elements. You have Lucy and Nari on here, and it's still a very good team, and it's still a water team. And what people will do is they'll just change the weapons to other element weapons here. So Nari will have a water basket, and then Lucy will have a water staff or whatever. So it's like, and I think it's cool that you can do that in this game. And the reason why you do that is because, first of all, you're getting the 30% extra damage because it's water damage versus fire, and you're getting a 50% boost to water because of Garam. So it's a no-brainer to do that. And I think it's cool. And then just these 2 characters here, in Veronica and Lucy, are splashable in other teams as well. They bring a lot to rating. These are really good components that are good right at 5. You don't need to max limit break them if you don't need to, if you're trying to be on a budget when it comes to rating. Very good units that are not pigeonholed to the water team, but at the moment, this is where they're best used, so that's why you're really only seeing them there. And then this lawnmower team is probably one of the weirdest, most unique teams when it comes to rating. But if you happen to have not only Lawn and Yuzea, but you could totally use this team. But I think this is just a fun, cool team that it gives use to Yuzea, gives use to Lawn, where they not necessarily are pretty viable in other game modes. They're not really used at all, and so it's kind of cool to see them there. Then lastly, we have Sandy, which is notoriously one of the hardest bosses to be here because she moves around a lot, and it's all about having the big numbers, looking good for your raid. And so characters like this, characters like Harvester, are usually avoided because you're not going to do as much damage. You're not going to look like you're doing as well for the guild. As you can see here, even she's totally skipped. Actually, as you can see here, she's totally skipped. Speaking of how no one wants to bother with her, let's see, by then, nope, still no one's wanting to take her out, but because she moves around so much. But teams that are, so light teams are a very good team. So I don't remember the last time she's ever been dark before. Usually she's like earth. So having the very good light team against her is going to make this a significantly easier boss, in my opinion. So it's kind of nice that they're doing that. They're giving a good type to this notoriously difficult boss to deal with. and the light team is one of the highest damage rated teams, so having that is going to be nice. But overall, this is going to be just kind of the synopsis of what teams are. People have been asking about this on what teams are going to be best for rating. I'll definitely have content on like actual footage of this here as we get into the higher levels. I really want to only talk about rating when it comes to the footage perspective when everyone's level 80, because that's actually the cap of rating, and it gives you a better idea of what is actually going on. Then it's not really, you know, I can one-shot a team at level 55 and it doesn't really show anything, so I'm not going to do any content there. But that's pretty much what's gonna do it for this this first stream. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this this style format here? I just want to do like a little news thing, talk about everything. We talk about the new character. We can close out the video here talking about some of the other changes that they made in this patch. But I kind of just want to check in with you guys and see what's going on here. Oh yeah? Okay, I'm getting some validation. I'm looking for a ton of validation. If you guys like this, be sure to like the channel. But yeah, I think this is pretty fun. Yeah, definitely loving the info. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate all the positive comments here. I figure, you know, it takes a little bit more preparation to get this going, but I wanted to you know, have a little bit more structure and do these kind of early morning streams. I kept finding new ways to delay it because there's things I wanted to add to the stream here. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. And so I had another concept or another topic here, but I'm gonna have to save this for tomorrow's stream. But I wanted to do some Camazone runs, see if we can beat it, but I just don't have the time for it this morning. Actually, maybe we do. I think, you know what? I think we do have time for this. We can probably run this for a bit here. But we have a new Camazone. New Camazone. The season just started a few days ago. We're on the main account here, and thank you, Zhao. I appreciate that. And I have not heard any new coupons. Usually something would have came through the cracks by now. From KR MK2 banner lineup, is it worth pulling for a God Arena and Summer Sohi? So you have a lot of gyms. I feel like there's not much synergy there with the lineup. If anything, I'd probably pull for unless this character is just absolutely absurd. But I feel like the new character in MK2 I think is still a very good character for Arena, but is more complementary to other characters. This is not going to be a character that's going to help you with progression. So if you're kind of limited on characters, I think a Lilith or a Beth is going to go a lot further in progressing your account than a MK2 will. And Camille is going to go a lot further too. So Camille's where it's at as well. But yeah, I want to get this Camazone going. I think it's frustrating. I know that this is probably something completely unintentional by them, but what they ended up doing is on the day of, so Camazone the new season just started. And if you guys are not familiar with, in the final tier, they have 2 elements banned. And Camille just came out. And then one of the elements that they banned was Earth, which is very frustrating because I wanted to, you know, obviously highlight the new character, but they ended up banning Earth. So we got to wait a few days until we can actually use him in other game modes. I don't know, MTL. I mean, like, I'm seeing, me personally, unless the animation is too slow to really take advantage of it, I'm seeing a significantly higher attack, seeing good defense. I'm seeing a pretty hard to deal with character in like a dark version of Eugene that's like a problem, you know. Also, I'm dying here. I should have brought water or something. I think right now, after using him, Camille is just such a good character. He's splashable. He works with any range unit. The only thing he doesn't really have going for him is his chain is a little awkward. Like, it's a little clunky. Like, not many people actually chain with him well. So I think if you're going to be using him in Coliseum and stuff, you really want to have Noxia with him. Healer can replace Lorraine, especially if you don't have any 3-star healer yet. Do you have, VK, do you have Lorraine's EX weapon? Because Lorraine's actually pretty good with her EX. Likes to attack diagonally. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a good character. He's classically the worst kind of character for Coliseum. He's a mid-range character, and any character like that, Bianca, Eleanor, stuff like that, they just run it down. They just straight up run it down and die in like Coliseum and like automated content. Whereas if you could control the character, then I think they're gonna be pretty good. But it's hard for me to recommend characters that are good in arena because most people are trying to progress, and good arena characters are only good when you finally get 3 characters fully done. So like recommending a character that's good in arena but bad in other places, I usually steer far away from those characters. So it's like I want to see a little bit more of her before I recommend her as an actual pull. But at the moment, I'm seeing a decent character. Kind of weird to use. Okay. I wish I had my hands on them, you know, see it, because looking at the animations, they do look a little slow. I wonder if it's clunky in the sense that it's slow enough to where you can easily kite it, like how you can kind of kite Future Knight. Let's get this going. I gotta... what I'm thinking about doing is... I'm gonna go here.
When it feels like it, Mark 99 is here.
Definitely light. Oh, at the moment we'll just go full light. And then later on, because I'm thinking about actually starting the limit break process for Arena because she's just so good, but yeah, I don't really have any other options. I just don't like max limit breaking someone unless I like finish them.
Thank you.
So here we go. See how we do in the beginning here. When it comes to Camazone, it's a little tough to beat this when you only have 1,000 benefit. The 2 benefits I chose was range damage immunity and more weapon skill regen speed. So that makes it to where you can actually do a full damage comp and not get completely bodied by that that buff they'll have. Yeah, I think Captain makes a good point that there's great characters in both. Like, well, if you're just starting out, you can get Mayriel, you can get Bari, Tinia, you know, Lilith, Beth. Like there's a lot of good ones there. Especially in the beginning of these Camazones, I like to hit as many question marks as possible and just understand where it's at. See what kind of buffs and stuff, because this is what I want to do is before this I did a playthrough on rank 5 to make it to where I actually have the benefits, and I'm not like getting the benefits here on stream. We just get to go straight into the hardest version of this. Oh hell yeah. Okay. Number of Hunter Amulet removed. Attack increased by 80%. Clearing stages removes 1 Hunter Amulet. Wait, oh wait, what? Hey, let's look at this. Okay. For the number of Hunter Amulets removed, increase attack by 80%. Total increase 0%. Clearing battle stages removes 1 Hunter Amulet. Okay, so does that mean we just... What is the T about the 57? We should be getting that soon. I think them showing that, I think they confirmed, especially with the packs, that we're going to be getting the, we're actually going to be getting that celebration that they're doing in Korea. We'll eat the normal one. Oh. Oh, okay. So then you just get those and you get more and more. Interesting. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take 80%. Hella sus, bro. Meal better than Nari? I think at this point, yeah, I would say so. hard to say. Yeah, like Nari's such a good character, but I had a lot of success in Arena that I don't think I would have if he heals himself more. I think he has better base stats and like better. He's tankier. I would say at this point he has better typing. You know, just being off the just get me out of the light dark basic cycle. There's really not that many good fire characters at the moment. Like there's a full fire team that's going through, but you know, still. Oh shit. So this is your number one tool of making sure that you can beat this is just backing out if you need to. And what I like to do is doing 2 tanks. And normally I would have Ogma in here and it makes it significantly tankier. But keeping both healers and then having another tank in here. And I'll throw in Arena for now. Just to get the extra defense. She's not limit broken yet though. So it makes it a little questionable. I can find her. There she is. I ended up getting her super costume. That's kind of dope. Yeah, I think you're right. I think water's probably there should be another water hero coming through. We just got Yuze, I don't know what, a month ago, but hell yeah. Got hella lucky this morning. Yeah, let's see. Oh, there's that damn basic character here. Is it those slays? I feel like water's okay. I feel like it's missing something to make, because Garam's already like amazing, but you give him one more support. You have Veronica, you have him, you get one good one that's not Bianca, and I think water's gonna go all the way like to the moon. More attack focus, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I keep getting that the same one. The big thing I don't like to get when it comes to these trial things is minus your base HP. Like I'm okay with the damage one because I could get those 50% shields, but here, let's actually hit these two and then we'll go up here. I would say Bianca's very good by herself in a 1v1. But she doesn't seem to add much to, like, no water team uses her when it comes to rating like raw damage, and then in Coliseum she's kind of dumb. She just like runs right in. I want to say they're missing, isn't water missing a like 20% water reduction? I believe that's what the thing they're lacking. To be honest, it's hard to tell. I have to tell based on, that's one thing I've been asking too. It's like trying to figure out which shield is which. I just had to tell based on, like, I'll look at my damage, and if I see zeros, I'm like, okay, that's a melee one. Or I'll look at it and like, okay, that's a ranged one. But I've never like looked at the picture. Like what I should do is go in, look at the buff, see the picture, and then go, okay, that was a range damage reduction one, and then go back and then like actually take a screenshot of it so I know, but I have no idea. Okay, so I wanted to buy this. I guess we can, do we have enough crit to justify? We could just keep going. We keep getting Rapture Breakers. Here, let me look at this. What's on the menu? We have 80%, 60-60. We'll have this. Let's actually do the crit one. Get the balance. And then we'll try to get more. I like to try to load up in the beginning. Okay, just, you know, don't mind this little laser here. Oh, come on, future. Oh, it's so close there. Uh-oh. I might be running a little low here. Was there a healing thing? We got this though. I think this is better, especially because we're lower. Oh, hell yeah. Clutch. Hey, Bliss, you have a good one, man. Do we get Oceaneering? Well, you can get one guaranteed through story. They do a lot of Oceaneerings in events, and then yeah, you can get them through pulling too. Yeah, Beth's in the banner. It's the main Dark Heroes in Lilith, Beth, Arabelle, and MK2. 25% in, 20% HP. I'm thinking we do this. I like going defense. We have enough attack, I feel. Okay, don't hit me with the... Okay with the defense one, but not the HP one. Well, okay, weapon skill, that's dope. That one attack, it can totally reduce my attack if they want. I don't have her up yet. I'm actually farming her right now. I focus more on the damage characters, which screws me in this kind of stuff. But I'll have Arena. I'm actually focusing on. I just finished Ogma. I'll get Noxia and Arena up, and then I'll have all the tanks, and that should be enough for a while. Yeah, Noxia would make a big difference in with Camille too. I have Camille, and I think Noxia is like really essential if you're going to be using Camille in a lot of content. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. I think they're also they just did the 1-year anniversary, so I think maybe they're like, okay, well, let's crank out some heroes here. A free-to-play player, I would say so. I would say Lilith is better. Lilith is really hard to beat, man. Lilith is a very good character. Like a character you can, I base the character you can build around is someone that, you know, has a good weapon skill and has self-healing. You know, it has a good damage the 50% boost. You know, and then it has defense reduction. It's just like she has pretty much everything you'd want in a character like that, and like a main character. Yeah, being able to heal, I think that's an underrated thing on main characters. I was trying out like Centella and stuff, doing the story, like going through chapter 12 and going through chapter 13, like trying all these other characters just for fun, and not having a built-in heal in your main character really drags you down. Like I like Piltvice way more than I liked a lot of characters that are considered better characters because she had built-in healing. I would say after 3 max limit broken heroes, because you get 3, and then the 4th one is free for you because of the training room, and then you can go, and then maybe even a little sooner if you have a Future Princess, you can at least get 1 of the shields for Future Princess in the meantime, and then max limit break it later. You know, because you get events like this. You know, the longer you wait, you get an event like this, and then around 4 of the bingo thing, you get a free shield. You know. Okay. Yeah, that her EX is so essential that it's totally worth it. Decade. So, yo, sometimes those dark teams are scary, man. I wouldn't feel bad about that. I've had that happen to me. Oh, Damage is getting real. Oh, okay. Well, having that... Okay, I'm glad we chose that. The 20% healing, 20% HP, and then you get 25% of your health back at the end of it. Ooh, let's do another one of those. At this point, I'm thinking let's get rid of a Rapture Breaker because we don't need the damage. Like, we just need to survive. Hell yeah, Log, you tell them. Hit this video with a thumbs up. This is my favorite one, is reducing the skill damage. If they hit you with reduced skill damage, I'm totally fine with that. Let's do this. Oh, dope. Let's actually go through here. I want to hit the shop. See if we get something better. I do want to get one of those 500 reduction of like the, what is it, damage reduction ones where you get 20% defense. I think those are really good. Yeah, I agree, Slay. It's going to be a character that's going to change how the Dark Team works. It'd be like Arabelle, MK2, Lupina, and I don't know, Tinia. Be completely different. Ooh. So sometimes I like to get this one, this Lens of Darkness, but I'm going to pass on it. Did we get her? I am not going for her. My main, my free to play is totally going to be a mono Earth team. And I mean, I could YOLO it. Like, let's say we get to rank 5, but if anyone I'm going to pull for, it would be Lilith. But there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to get Lilith and her weapon with only like 6k gems. I'm just going to save them all. Should always get Hunter. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not even looking at it. Like, I bet I missed a couple of those basic ones where you can get it and then have it crunch in. Oh, this is full basic. Okay, can we survive? Oh. Right? The new packs are crazy. Let's see if we can survive this. It's all basic. What we could do is just remove her. I'm gonna try Beth for this. Oh yeah, I can't do any dark. Is there anyone else I can do? I guess I can just put in Maya. Okay, we'll do this, and then definitely need the extra defensive arena, and then we'll put in Maya. I'm gonna put in Maya instead of Gabriel. Just do the double healing. Where are we at? Oh, there she is. Okay, so she's getting that. And then she'll get... Yeah, I'm saying that's a hard question. It's a real hard question. If, you know, this might be controversial, but I would do Lilith, and then you can... Oh, that's hard to say. It depends on the rest of your characters, and it also depends, like, you would have to also then get a good weapon to replace. It's easier to replace Future Princess's weapon than it is to replace Lilith. I don't think Lilith has another option, whereas Future Princess, you could kind of get away with it. Even though Future Princess's weapon skill is literally like one of the best weapon skills in the game. So it's still tough. If you're like really focused on dark characters, then it might be a Lilith move. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, she has that. Have you? No. Okay, we'll do one of these guys.
Thank you.
And let's look at the chain. So we got this. Here, we'll do that. No, actually, we'll do that because I want this to proc as soon as possible. then we'll do this. Yeah, Future Princess is gonna get you a long way. So it's hard for me to like not recommend it. Okay, I'm okay with Arena dying if we can survive. Maybe I'll try this again. Here, let's actually... Oh, whoops. No wonder. Yeah, it's unfortunate that that's the case. Okay, I hit a decent amount there. I don't know why Eleanor is out here. What are you doing out here, Eleanor? I'll give this another couple shots. Right? Eleanor was like, yeah, I ain't playing around. Oh, this is so close. Okay, I need to move Eleanor because she keeps just popping off. Yeah, I can do that. I want to... Here, I'm gonna move her like here. I want her in the action to kill the people in the front earlier, but I'm not sure. Maybe I could do... well, I can't do any dark. I can't do any earth. Like a different character and just kill him faster, but I feel like the extra healing is keeping us up. They're all actually focusing on the same character. Okay, we might have it. Okay. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? Okay. That sucks. That sucks so much. Okay. I'm gonna try. Let's try Gabriel. Well, actually what we can do is... Yeah, that was really close. Let's try this. Put the damage there. We'll do this, and then I guess we probably could have got it if we had the right statues on, but Dark is banned. Dark and Earth are banned. I'm hoping with the more damage we got here that they just die faster. Eleanor brings a lot. Like, I don't remember the health. Oh, okay. Here, what I'm thinking. Yeah, MTL Earth Necklace Pure Gacha. It's you got RNG needs to bless you if you're gonna get one. I'm thinking Eleanor is needed because of the extra damage or the extra the survivability slash. But what we can do here is give her this, get her to do a little bit more damage, and then maybe that will be enough. And then let's see what the best healing one is. Like this.
Thank you.
I feel like the only way I survive is with Arena. I mean, if I could use Ogma, I feel like I would be fine. I could use another team as like a sacrificial thing, but I feel like they'll just die instantly because I don't have any other tanks. I'm at my max capacity on tanks here, so I put in another team, they just die instantly, and I don't really do too much. It's kind of what I'm worried about throwing in another team. Like they'll just be complete paper. I could I could limit break Arena a little bit because that was the plan anyway. I'm gonna like max limit break her next, so I can get her a little stronger. Okay, I think my ordering was messed up, or my positioning was messed up. They should do something like that. I don't know why they make it so rare. Here, let's actually just tunnel up. I want them to like be able to heal over them, but at the same time I was thinking maybe separating Arena and Future Princess, but I'm not sure. I want them to all be grouped up so I can weapon skill them all, but that means they do more damage. So what I'll do is I want them grouped up, but at the same time I want the damage split. Yeah, you're right. Well, I can't fully max limit break them, but I can at least limit break a couple. Oh, you know what I'll do?
Would you like a massage? I'm good at it.
No, I need him in the training room for the I'm gonna do it anyway. So we can at least get one of these. See if I have 5 more. But to give you an idea, leveling her up is 30k more toughness just on that. And let's see if I even have enough here. Ooh. Intend to pull. Feeling that she's going to be a sleeper if they buff. I think dark teams potentially are one character away from being like a really good range team, and then she would be essential. She'd be like Eleanor level. Not Eleanor level, but she would bring a lot to the team. Good chain skill, good passive on the chain skill. But I just think she's going to be mainly an Arena specialist. If I had to guess. Okay, what I wanted to do, oh yeah, here, we're gonna go into the shop here, we're gonna buy as many of the where are we at? We need there it is, bottle cap. Let's see if we okay, damn, I was hoping that there was a mid-grade ones, but I already bought them all, so I'm out of ways to increase her. I was going to put the defense on here, but that's the best we can do from a perspective here. We'll try it again. I think with the extra damage we'll have enough to beat this. This is bad. We'll try something like this, and then they're gonna meet in the middle, is my hope. Eleanor is not gonna go on a rogue assignment and get us all killed, and it'll be fine. I think Greedy Earring's better for her. I think she needs the tankiness a little bit. I think I liked it better when it was like a little separated, but Eleanor was kind of tucked in the pocket. Tucked here, you're here, you're here. There, we'll try that. I believe that's next patch. for NA. I don't think she's live. She exists, you know, on the Korean server, but I don't have Rue on the Korean server. Okay. That's clutch. We just need that damn Aoba to die. Oh, so close. Damn. Mayreal, I did not, Brevo. Got an arena though. But never got Mayreal. Which is a bummer because I got her weapon, but okay, here we go. Good positioning. Kind of hit a lot of them. Yeah. The lack of taunt on arena is a problem. You know what? You know what I'll do? I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna use Lavi. Let's see how good this character is on this, and we'll put here. We're thinking outside the box here. Let's look at the chains. So to airborne, okay. So we'll go like that. Yeah, the Eleanor doing that is bizarre. So I'm hoping that like less damage, but a taunt. And keep them in the same spot. Oh, here it is. The sleeper OP pick in Lavi. Okay, do we have enough damage? Do we have the damage? We don't. Lavi OP. Lavi OP. That's where it's at. Okay, now I think what we do is we keep Lavi, but what we do is we change. We don't have a light character. We just switch that. We go with an actual damage. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking Future Knight here for the extra weapon skill regen speed, and then that might be enough. But that was dope. And then, well, this will also show just how useful potentially Eleanor is if this doesn't work out. But I'm hoping that the extra weapon skill will just be able to spam it more. And I want to say I need to switch this. Yeah. Oh, they both do the same thing. I'll have actually... I want the airborne to already exist, and then they'll do the extra damage. Well, it's not going to chain anyway. So yeah. Yeah, Craig's is good. I just don't have any awakening stones on him. And Noxia's not leveled up. The Noxia is a few shards away from 5-star. Like 80. But I think... oh, Noxia's dark. It wouldn't matter. Noxia's dark. RIP Lavi, no! So, I mean, from the, you know, story-wise, you know, Lavi dying here kind of fits, right? Ugh. We're almost there. We gotta bring it home. What are we missing here? We can't do dark. We don't get any advantage here. Fire would be good. But there's really no good fire.
This isn't something you see every day.
Try this.
Something you see every day.
Well, I don't think it's possible. Well, maybe I can switch it. Jesus. Well, they're Earth, so it's. Because if we look at the chain, downed. Ooh, we could do this. Airborne. Yeah, we can double up on that. It was good, man. How you doing? I like the switch. Well, I'm a little worried about the switch only because I like having Maya first to get the heal. I don't like the positioning there on Maya. I screwed up there. But maybe it worked out because look at how grouped up they are. Yeah, I think the chain did it. And now we just gotta kill him. Because I have... Holy moly. Is it... we do any more damage? We came close with Eleanor of all characters, which is weird to me. I think, but we had Arena, so we had more damage here. Because that was on the characters that fire would be good against. So we could... I can't, dark is banned. What I'm thinking about doing is... Here, let's just do this. We need a sacrificial team here. I don't want to do that though. Thinking maybe we could try that. We'll try the 1x speed thing.
I will save our future. I will never leave you.
Well, maybe instead of Maya, we can do Eleanor plus with this. Maybe we can survive with this.
We make it go away with money. Thank you. Thank you.
Probably need healing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shapira. Yeah. Does this even have a good chain? Anything? So here to airborne, it'd have to be like that. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, let me try this. Let me look at this and then I'll try that. Hoping the extra reduction. Yeah. Good. Okay, well, we'll switch to an Earth team really quick. Try to kill off a couple people and then go. Yeah, because it's like forcing this if my artifacts are not good. And then I think what it was is I'm taking too much damage from the what is it, the trial. I'm taking 10% of my HP every 3 seconds. What I need is the shield, the 50% shield. And I think you're absolutely right. I think this is the thing that we're missing. It's time for Bob. I think this is a good way to close it. We'll bring this back tomorrow. I like these morning streams. This was fun. We'll have a couple more topics. And also, if you guys missed the topics we talked about earlier, I'm gonna do all separate videos on the channel. Plus, you can watch the full VOD here whenever you guys want to get to it. But to close out the stream, I think Bob needs to go. And yeah. Is there any questions? Let's do I got about 5 minutes left. Do you guys want to do some questions? I can do like kind of like a mini account takeover, and then I'm gonna bounce. RIP Bob. Can we pour one out for Bob? Can we pour one out? And then, so call to actions before I end the stream here. Be sure to like the video if you guys like this stream here. Join the Discord. We actually have a really active community on the Discord. And then lastly, subscribe to the channel if you guys are looking for more Guardian Tales content. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And with that, guys, I am out. Peace.